I have had a series of meetings with my executive staff to look at our school district, especially around choices and options. And I think all of your questions basically are around IB, our magnet programs, and availing our students of the ability to have choice. And so what we've looked at is, as this school district, and I actually had my entire executive staff on Saturday, we had an all-day retreat, and where we have another all-day retreat about another week and a half, and we invited our principals to join us, and then a series of retreats with our board to grapple with these kind of issues. And so what we're doing is we're looking at our entire choice offering. So let's start off with the fact that Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools has a number of different magnet programs. And so the first thing I want to make sure is that we are really being thoughtful and we're evaluating based off the data we have. And really I think one of the most important things with choice options like magnets is are the choices successful? In other words, what programs do there seem to be a high demand that we're not filling, and which programs do we offer that we seem to like more than some of the kids that we want to entice to take it? So we're going through reviewing those data because what we're really trying to say is where are there opportunities for expansion and where are there perhaps some programs that we might need to think about. And that doesn't mean that we're going to stop doing some of these programs, but certainly we don't need to continue to expand programs that we don't have a wait list for. And are these programs strategically located where they make the most sense? And so we're having those conversations right now. At the same time, we're also having conversations about strategically, we have now opened up a magnet program in about 5 or 6 years, a new one. And so we're looking to say, all right, what are things that make sense? What are areas of high interest to our students? What are things that help in terms of the workforce development needs of our community and our state? What are some things that push towards our focus on increasing academic rigor, especially around areas like STEM? And so we're actually looking at new, different type of magnet programs, including some vocational programs as well. And so then we're also looking at, in terms of trying to be very comprehensive about looking at our capital construction project over the next 10 years, looking at where our enrollment patterns as best we can project them, look at our attendance. So we're trying to look at the whole picture. I'm not going to say I'm not sure that has happened in the past. I'm just saying that I can only accept responsibility for what I've got right now. And so as I go to the board to present options and to consider different directions, I want to make sure we've done our due diligence on them. So we're looking at all of those things. So in terms of your specific requests about particular schools, whether they're elementary, middle, or high schools, those are all being wrapped up into those conversations. As we start to drill down to exactly what you were asking about, particular seats at this school, or how do we make sure that we fill the school's seats at Alexander Grant, or is our program at North Mac really where it needs to be? Those will be part of all of those conversations. We'll involve our principals, and we will have conversations with the community about how to improve those programs. So I know that's a long answer without being specific, but it's not to be so much about looking at individual programs right now. It's about looking at our variety of options and to look at them around enrollment, choice, capital projects, and then also evaluating the quality of the program itself. The one thing I always want to remind our staff, and I remind our board about it, and I remind our community, is every time we look at something that makes sense for one school, we have to do the proverbial drop the pebble in the water and you get the ripples, because it has a rippling effect on another school. So we do something at one school that's a good thing for that school and everybody gets excited about it, but then it's going to have some kind of impact if kids are leaving one school to go to another school. So we have to be thoughtful about that, because what we don't want to do is to put a program here, deplete kids from that school to go to this school, and then all of a sudden we're looking at a school that doesn't have enough students to sustain the school itself. And so we've got to look at it, which is why it's not just about magnets and choices, but it is about enrollment and capital projects. So we've got to look at all of them very, very thoughtfully and strategically. The one thing I've been saying about, I'm very focused on this, and my chief of staff, Ernest, is back over there, waivers. What is my big words that I'm always saying about what drives me crazy if we don't have them?
If we don't have processes and systems.
I'm a big processes and systems guy, so I want to be able to see how we're making these decisions and hold us accountable for having a process that makes sense.